What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today we are going to take a look at Lenya, the Wilder Cyclone. Cyclone because she is rolling and kicking around, you can see it right there. And she is a pretty interesting hero. She's an A-tier rogue from the Wilder faction that is abducting heroes with her ult and challenging them to a duel. Pretty weird in my opinion. If you know somebody that does it, that's a weird thing. She does pretty decent damage, especially in AFK stages, not in every single situation. We tested her through and through in the stream, found her weaknesses, found her strengths. This is certainly one of her strengths. Like, if she can get to an ult on an AFK stage like this, well, you are up for a good time, or she is, if she dies before, you can see right there, well then in this situation, not so much. By the way, horrible enemy stage. So, her main thing are those kicks and the duels. If we hop into these skills very swiftly, don't want to read them all up to you, we can see there are a lot of kicks in here, and this is the duel. She then follows up with a second flying kick before initiating a duel with that enemy. That duel lasts for 12 seconds, and both the enemy and the enemy prioritize each other. And you already saw in there, she like takes the enemy to a faraway spot, and there they fight. She has the ability to stun, making her pretty good at those duels, and she's unaffected, so can't be CC'd, which means she would even win against somebody like Arden, for example, that could usually CC her. Usually she wins those duels. There are certain situations that we already found where she's going to lose, but usually she wins. She gets a pretty hefty boost to her damage at Mythic Plus. You get the regular upgrades like Hero Focus is good as Haste, but at Mythic Plus you get this ability which basically gives her a huge crit damage boost, a huge attack boost, and if you upgrade to +10, which is what you really want, you also keep those effects that are usually only active during those duels after the duel for 8 seconds, so that you might have a chance to just get into another duel. We tested that out a little bit to find out whether it's worth it to go to Mythic Plus, and what we did was we fought Snowstomper with the same setup and different upgrade stages of her, and we can see that right there, starting off right here with just the Mythic Lenya, and did about 4 billion damage. And then we upgraded her to Mythic Plus, and you can see that's Mythic Plus +0, so not with the +10 ability yet, and we already are at 7 billion, so that's a 75% damage increase. And then we went ahead and upgraded to +10, and +10 we got to 8.3 billion. The major thing with the upgrade of the weapon was not really that she got the extra ability. Usually we saw there is like this ability that gives her the buffs for another 8 seconds. The problem with that is she doesn't seem to win the duels against Dream Realm bosses. If we see the damage the Dream Realm boss did, that is in fact more than our heroes did there. In many fights, the Dream Realm boss will even outscale you. We can look at different examples for that. Like if we see that, we did about 45 billion damage. Here we had 38 from Lone Gaze. There are some bosses where this isn't the case. Here we have Alpha Bear, who's probably the worst in terms of, the best in terms of dealing damage from the bosses, worst for us of course, and the Cyclops and Snowstomper, she has the best chance to do that, but we didn't really see her excel. You saw, considering she doesn't do much beyond dealing damage, she was pretty bad in terms of damage in this fight, making her, well, not really the biggest asset for Dream Realm. You don't really want her for that. And AFK stages, we already saw the situation. If she does reach an ult, she gets to start her duel, gets her buff, wins a duel, gets a kill, then she starts to ramp up and gets insane damage, and that is further amplified by something we have during this season. During this season, we not only do have a charm buff, which gives her energy after an assist or kill, buffs her damage up to 3 times, so she can get 45% more damage and a shield just from this. But she also has a very nasty skill called Battle Rush that is also only available this season, which increases her haste for 10 seconds after each ultimate cast, and that is like 35 haste, which is a massive boost. If we compare that, that is more than her hero focus. 50% more than 50% more. So an insane haste buff. And the ramping up buff really shows us a little bit more why she gets so insane after her first duel. It's not only the ability really, it is also that she just has insane season buffs. And this season, well, it doesn't last for very long anymore. It says 12 days right here, end of season September 19th. So then those skills will be gone. And what is happening then? We don't know it yet. So she might be great, she might keep up her skills, but maybe she will get worse skills or something like this. And we can even see the same situation in PvP. In PvP we tried her out in multiple teams. One thing that stood out was really that she needed her ult to do anything. And if she doesn't get her ult through one or the other reason, it often ends with her quickly dying, like in this fight, where she's already dead. We didn't even see it so fast. Or with something like this, where she runs to the enemy. This was a pretty disastrous fight, honestly. We'll make it a little bit slower. You can see she runs over there, starts getting her hits in. We are using the artifact that makes her ineffective for the beginning of the fight, and then lands on the wrong side of this wall and has to run around, and that's time she already basically loses the duel because she gets hit from outside. She has a nice skill on Supreme Plus that makes her take less damage from other units, but having no innate self-heal, she quite struggles to stay alive and quite struggles to get to this point where she gets her first ult, gets her duel, because on that side she's comparing to heroes that basically do the same. She's comparing to heroes like Dionel. Dionel is also basically waiting for his ult, and once he has his ult, well, the fight is basically over. So if you fight somebody with Dionel and you put your Lenya against him, well, Lenya against him, you will likely lose. So this is already a situation that is pretty bad, and there are a lot of strong ults in the game. And what we then find out, or then ask us, was, well, if you have her already, how does she rank within the Wilders herself? So we right now have 6 Wilder 80 units. She will be the 7th one, and the question I asked to chat during the stream was, where would you rank her? So where is like the point where you would rank her? Is she like the first hero, the best hero in Wilder that you want to summon immediately, or maybe the 7th placed that you would probably summon last? And most people were between 4 to 6 somewhere. So nobody really ranked her worse, because that is, well, still Kafka. Some people ranked her below Leica. Personally, I was at 5. I would have ranked her above Leica, maybe slightly, because Leica is not bad. She's an underused support unit, I would say. But like, I could see this hero being used in some meme teams at least. Parisa I rank as a better damage dealer. I rank Damien, his great support unit with tons of haste. Ulmus with the CC support, a very unique unit I love to use. And Arden, of course, being the strongest hero, bringing CC and damage to the table like no other. That is clear. So even in that area, she doesn't really excel. And if you are looking for a hero to use your rate up tickets on, that is not the hero you want. You will want to wait for her. You will want to see if after the season she maybe enters the Dream Realm store or is available through other means. She will be available in already recruitment. You can get her there. Right now, your main priority should be to get like 1 copy of Nicola. I think that is a very good idea. Get at least 1 copy. And then I would save up rate up tickets and gems and wait for the next good hero to be released. She is definitely not it. She's not a very bad hero, but I think she will be Sorin tier, you know? Like Sorin was also not really bad hero. She wasn't used much. He had his moments where he really excelled, but wasn't great after all, and underused, and I think she will meet the same fate. And that is about all I can say for this. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you find the right decision if you want to summon Lenya or not. Right now there's still the event going on, by the way, that you get the piece of headwear. If you reach 8,000 affinity, we reached that. That's probably like a really good thing. This little piece of headwear is pretty cool. But that's about all, and I think, yeah, well, still probably not worth your rate up tickets unless you really like it. Just wanted to let you know. Well, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. With that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.